there's a strong presence of FIIs and DIIs in the company. Whether it's the EPS, there is a growth, there is consistent, OPM, operating profit margins, there's sales growth, there is FIIs are investing continuously, zero debt, everything looks good. Welcome back, investors and traders. Welcome back to another video, Diwali special video. I'm hoping that you are all enjoying Diwali and this Diwali festivities with your family and friends. I believe being in the stock market, it's important for me to share my research so that we all can collectively make money together and enjoy the festivities together. तो आज का वीडियो मैं इसीलिए बना रही हूँ कि हम लोग कलेक्टिवली पैसा बना सकें, अच्छे स्टॉक्स में इन्वेस्ट कर सकें और अपने पैसे को ग्रो कर सकें। जो भी मैं आपको स्टॉक्स दूंगी वो इस दिवाली से अगली दिवाली तक के लिए होंगे और उसके बियॉन्ड होंगे। अगर आप लोगों ने मेरे पीछे के वीडियोस देखे तो मैंने आपको RHIM दिया था, RIM, I have given you X-Pro India, I have given you Mapma India, I have given you recently Sansera. These are 4 picks that I have already given to you, but in addition to these 4, I'm giving you 4 other stocks. And I want you to diversify your portfolio and some futuristic stocks, some good stocks, some mid-cap stocks I have picked here, and I have done elaborate research for almost like 10-15 days, scrolled up almost like thousands of shares and filtered with my criteria. I have already discussed my criteria that I want to see the price. Price has to be very attractive. It has to show me a strength. It has to show me that it's ready for moving up. That's my first criteria. The second criteria that I always look into is that the sales have to grow. The operating profit margins have to grow. EPS has to grow. Borrowings has to be zero. There has to be cash from operating activity, and then the promoter's holding should be constant, and there should be interest by FIIs and DIIs. So I have come up with 4 stocks, and I'm going to take you to the screen and share one by one. Each one of them, some are futuristic, some are fundamentally strong, some are looking extremely niche in their category. So keep small investment in each one of them and expect good returns. So see you on the screen with good fundamentals about each company. So in this video, I'm talking about 4 mid-cap stocks which you can accumulate at these levels, or maybe if it goes down, you can accumulate at the lower levels also. So what I wanted to share about it, these 4 stocks that I have picked up in somehow or the other connects with Make My India, or like it basically, Make in India, somehow it connects with those points. And besides that, there is one company which I really personally like, and I feel if there is a company where they are selling nothing, but people have to compulsory take their services. For example, a card like MasterCard or Visa card, they are not selling any product, but even if you don't want, you have to use whenever you're using a card, you have to use either Visa card or the MasterCard. So this is a compulsion, like people have to buy, people have to use the services as they have no other option. So I have got a very similar company, so I'm going to be talking about each one of them. I start with first company, which looks good to me. The first company is BCG, Brightcom Group. So this company is about 7,000 crore company. The stock P is very nice. ROC is about 29%. ROA is about 21%. And promoters holding is very low. Like that's a biggest concern in this particular stock. Otherwise, I found the stock very good. And in fact, promoters are slowly decreasing their holding. That's again a very a point to be noted very clearly. If you look into the 2019 till now, they have made their sales almost like 3 times. Expenses have also grown, but profits have grown almost again 3 times, which is a very good sign, right? And then operating profit margins have been very constant at about 32%. Again, a very nice sign. And EPS 0.84 to 1.37. This is on quarter-on-quarter basis. Whereas on year-on-year basis, from 467, the sales have gone up almost more than 10 times. And the expenses have not gone more than 10 times, almost like 10 times. Profits have grown more than 20 times. From 76 crores at this point of time, profits stand at 1500 crores. Operating profit margins have been extremely good. And then EPS from 0.51 to 5.8. That's again a good thing. Let's come to the reserves. Something very important for you all to notice, that the reserve have been continuously growing, right? Currently stands at about 5,000 crores and the borrowings are zero. There are zero borrowings. Cash from operating activity, massive cash from operating activity year-on-year basis after 2013. Again, a very positive point for us to note. And then only concern that I'm not liking and not feeling comfortable with is the promoters holding, which is declining. But have a look at the FIIs. Promoters are exiting and the FIIs are entering into the stock. 14% holdings by FIIs. DIIs don't have much presence here and the public has huge presence in this particular stock. It's about 67 or 68%. Now, quickly, we will look into the price. How does BCG looks? So the price actually looks absolutely beaten down. You know, the company was, you know, it gave a breakout. If you notice, it gave a breakout in around June 2021. After that, price started rising from 6 rupees. It went till about 121, almost at 20 times. Then after that, a decline has come into the company and the company stands at 36 rupees. I would prefer to buy this at about 28 or so. If I get it at 30 rupees or 28 rupees, I will be 29 rupees, I'll be very happy. And in case it goes above, I mean, I would like to accumulate this company at the lower levels. The reason is there are some issues with the promoters holding. That's the biggest issue. But otherwise, every single factor about the company looks good to me, right? Whether it's the EPS, there is a growth, there is consistent, you know, OPM, operating profit margins, there's sales growth, there is FIs are investing continuously, zero debt, everything looks good. So I will look for lower levels. In case there are no lower levels, I would like to take an entry when this trend line breaks. So whenever this trend line breaks, so in case the trend line breaks, it takes a support at 29, I'll be happy to buy it. In case it goes down and then bounces back, I'll be happy to take entry anywhere between 29 to 40. So that's the stock, first stock. The next stock that I have on my radar is again a very nice stock. It's Elgi Equipment. This stock looks extremely good to me. The huge amount of buying has come into stock yesterday with good volumes. And if I just look into the Elgi equipment, so here is, it's a 15,000 crore company. The stock P is pretty high, but ROC and ROE is good. And what I will quickly take you to, operating profit margins have been consistent and the EPS has been stable, not increasing. Operating profit margins are stable. EPS from 2 rupees, it has become 6 rupees on year-on-year basis. The borrowings have slightly increased. You know, that's a point to be noted, and reserves are definitely growing. Even the borrowings are growing. Have a look at the cash from the operating activity. After 2013, every year they are producing good return from the cash from the operating activity. Have a look at the promoters holding. It has been constant at 31, right? That's a point I'm not liking. But look at the FIIs. They have grown their stake in the company from 20% to 29%. There's a huge growth as far as the FIIs are concerned. DIIs have also been quite stable. Of course, they've reduced their stake, but FIIs have increased their stake. Then the public holding is reduced a little bit, and others is about 0.1. When I look at the Elgi equipment, it looks good, you know, because it has given a good breakout, good move up. After reaching a peak of 563, it had corrected a little bit. Again, it looks good for a buying opportunity above 500. Quickly, I want to see what exactly Elgi Equipment do? So they are into compressors. The company manufactures a wide range of oil lubricated and oil-free air compressors, including screw compression, piston compressors, rotary screw, like this. Their 53% of their products are sold in India, then 23% in America, 10% in Europe, 5% in Australia, and 9% others. And then they provide Michigan Air Solutions. The company acquired 100% stake in Michigan Air Solutions, which led to increase in US region revenue by 10%. Then geographic presence, they have a business in 120 countries, out of which has a direct presence in 26 countries. And it has a pan-India presence across all states, major international locations, including Belgium, Middle East, US, and Indonesia. And they are increasing their presence in US with joint venture. So Elgi Equipment is my second stock that looks very, very good to me. The next stock that looks good to me is Finolex Cables. Finolex Cables looking very good to me. And we'll just quickly have a look at it. 7,500 crores company, ROC, RO is pretty good. And quickly, like operating profit margins have been decent. I will just have a look at the EPS. EPS has been growing quite consistently, and year-on-year basis also EPS has grown massively. And then comes the borrowings. The reserves are 3,891 and borrowings are just 9 crores. So extremely good. And look at the cash from the operating activity, very, very huge. And then debtor days have gone down. Promoters holding is about 35 to 36%, whereas there's a strong presence of FIIs and DIIs in the company. In fact, DIIs have increased their stake. So quickly, we will look into the fundamentals of what exactly Finolex Cables do. So Finolex, this company owns, operates 5 manufacturing sites, and basically besides manufacturing wide variety of wires and cables, Finolex is also forayed into manufacturing of fast moving electrical goods and home appliances. Over the years, the company has established itself as a preferred electrical solution provider and a retail institution market in India, and created a strong brand name. And what it says that the revenue breakup is presently electric wires and cables account for most of the company's revenue at 82%, followed by communication cables and electric consumer products. It's a leading player in organized wires and cables industry with a market share of about 22%. So just one more thing before we proceed further. Their product portfolio is basically wires and cables, flexible cables, solar cables, elevator cables, auto and battery cables, LT and HT power cables, coaxial cables, speaker cables, CCTV cables, electrical products, lighting, electrical switches, switchgear, etc. So that is how the company looks like, and I'm going to show you the price, because as I told you, the most important thing for me is price. Here is Finolex Cables, and look at how price has been just consolidating and shifting in the upward direction. Every time the buy comes, the huge volumes appear and the bit of profit booking with small exits by the shareholders. So the kind of volumes that have appeared on Friday are very, very promising. So how do we going to go about this stock? We're going to buy it above 502. In case it comes down to 438, we'll accumulate some more. In case it comes down to 350, we're going to accumulate as much as we can, like pyramiding, like more accumulation here. I'll write it down for you. More accumulation here, then here, and then here we can enter with some quantity. So Finolex Cables is my stock, and it goes with the Make in India theme, because this, as the India is going to grow, people will renovate their houses or build more houses, more and more cables will be required. So this is going to go with the India's growth story. And last stock जो मैं आपको देती हूँ वो है BLS International. So ये मेरा बहुत फेवरेट स्टॉक है. क्यों है ऐसा स्टॉक? ये लोग जो है एक ऐसा काम करते हैं जो बहुत सारे लोग नहीं कर सकते. They have a niche business. They are into visa processing. BLS International Limited is a part of 4 decades-old BLS groups with a global presence and diversified range of services. And they are into visa, passport, consular, citizen services with 62 countries and 36 government clients, and provides services to 2325 countries offices worldwide. And this is a company, like it has got tie up with many IT companies. In case they have to send their employees, they have to go through the BLS International. So there is a compulsion, like this is something all of us, and this is a niche company, like there are not many players in this segment. It kind of a monopoly company. And have a look at the fundamentals. 6,804 crore company, ROC is 22%, ROE is about 21.6%. Company is almost debt free. It's expected to give good quarter. The only thing is the book price is 12 times book value, and company has delivered poor sales growth, which can understand because 2 years have gone in Corona. Now let's see what has happened. The operating profit margins have been very, very constant. And if you look into the operating profits, they have been growing with a constant rate. EPS is also constant. If I look into the year-on-year basis, from 450 crores, they have turned it to 944 crores, whereas the profits have gone up by 4 times. So that's a very promising point. And as far as the EPS is concerned, it has grown from 1.15 to 5.94 crores. Reserves are 560 crores and the borrowings are 11. Again, a very, very positive point. Cash from operating activity is the point that I always look forward for. 185 crores. And in fact, not even a single year when the cash from operating activity was not there. Then after that, FIIs, let's look into the holdings. Promoters holding has been consistent. There is no change in that. And whereas if you look into it, FIS has considerably increased their holdings. Like from 1.36 in March to September, they've made it at 6.67%. Like almost like 6%. They've been 6 times they have increased their holding. DISs don't have much presence, and public is really doing good. Now we'll quickly look into the price. Price has been in just one single direction, which is upward. So what should be our strategy? So I really don't like to invest in these kind of stocks because price has already moved up so much. But anyway, nevertheless, the price still looks very attractive. So we're going to buy it above 340. In case it comes down to 240, we'll add some more quantity. In case it comes to about 80 or 90 rupees, you can accumulate as much as you can. But I don't think so the price is going to come down. You can keep accumulating at about from the level of 340 is your first entry. In case it comes down to 40 is going to be your second entry, 200 is going to be your third entry, and then about 180 could be your last entry. So this is my last stock, which is BLS International. Just let me conclude all of it. First stock that I gave you was BCG, which is in Brightcom, and it basically into digital marketing. Looks good because there's zero debt and huge cash flow. That is what, but only negative is promoters holding is very low, but the FIIs are really growing into the company. The next stock that I gave you was Elgi equipment, which looked very, very good to me because of all the parameters that I discussed with you. It looks good, ready for another move up. The next was Finolex Cables. Stock looks good, good valuations, and zero debt company, low debt company, and FIs are pretty much invested into it. And the last that I gave you was BLS International. Although price is pretty up, but still there looks to be an opportunity to enter into the stock and hold it for 5 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. And in 10 years, it should be at least giving you 10% return, 10 times return, right? If it is at 340, definitely expect about 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 rupees can be expected in BLS. तो ये मेरे 4 stocks थे. Hope अपने पैसे को समझदारी से invest करेंगे, थोड़े थोड़े अमाउंट में इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, और अपनी सोच समझ के करिए। देखिए पहले फंडामेंटल्स देखिए, उसके बाद प्राइस देखिए, आपको प्राइस अट्रैक्ट करता है तो इन्वेस्ट करिए और थॉटफुल डिसीजन लीजिए, बिकॉज ऐसा नहीं है आंखें बंद करके एकदम से खरीद लिया, सोच समझ के अपने डिसीजन लीजिए। और इसी के साथ मैं साइन ऑफ करती हूँ। ऑल द बेस्ट, टेक केयर एंड सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो वेरी सून, and do write in the comment box in case you have any question regarding any of this stuff. Bye bye, take care.